Hey guys, this is going to be your May 14th Thursday WOD Talk for the day. So, what we're going to do today is you have two 12-minute EMOMs with a little bit of rest in the middle there, okay? There's 3 stations to each EMOM, so each EMOM you're going to be going through every station 4 times, okay? So you can also think of it as 4 rounds with a different station every minute, okay? Warm-up's pretty straightforward. It's a Tabata of 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. You're going to be alternating between air squats, jumping jacks, and sit-ups. Pretty straightforward. Just go through squats, jumping jacks, and then sit-ups, and then you're going to do that 3 total rounds, okay? So warm-up's going to be like 4.5 minutes. All right. Getting right into it, the EMOM is going to be, let's just go over, I'm going to go over each part or each version in its entirety, and then we'll go to the next version, okay? So all of body weight, all of limited equipment, all of home gym, okay? So for body weight, your first 12-minute EMOM is going to be, station 1 is going to be 30 seconds of shoulder taps in a plank or in a 45 degrees on a wall. It's going to be 8 single leg glute bridges per side, and it's going to be 6 to 8 inchworm push-ups, okay? So your shoulder taps are just going to be you in the top of a plank here, of a high plank, and you're going to be just lifting your arm up. Do that shoulder, same shoulder, opposite shoulder, doesn't matter. If you want to do this at an angle, you can. You can go ahead and walk yourself up onto a wall and then do the same thing. Try not to move too much. Just getting a quick tap, okay? Make sure you're showing some control. You're not just flailing around with it, okay? 30 seconds of that. Rest your other 30 seconds. Your second station is going to be a single leg glute bridge. So you're just going to get into a bridge on the ground, and then you're going to go ahead and lift one leg up, hold it up wherever you want. You're going to go and squeeze your butt, come up here, okay? Try not to go so far that you're really arching your back. A little goes a long way with this movement. 8 to even 10 each side, and then switch, okay? And then your last station is going to be 6 to 8 inchworm push-ups. So it's just going to be you coming at the standing up. You're going to hinge forward, walk it out, and do a push-up. Okay? Walk it back up. That's your rep, 6 to 8. With the glute bridges, won't take you very long. But with the inchworms, you're looking for 6 to 8 push-up. You're looking for 6 to 8 reps. Ideally, you're finishing kind of in the 40-second mark, maybe 45, but not pushing it too far. Going between, I did this yesterday actually. Between going from this to the shoulder taps can be a little challenging on the shoulder, so I at least want you to have a little bit of time to rest. So ideally, minimum 15 seconds, maybe probably at least 20 seconds to rest, okay? You're going to go through all that 4 total times, and then you're going to rest 4 minutes. Your second part to your EMOM, or your second 12-minute EMOM, is going to be 30 seconds of a wall sit. It's going to be, I'm going to say 6 to 8 reps of bird dog each side. I'll let you know why in a second. And then 8 to 10 deficit push-ups. Okay, so your wall sit is, you're just going to pick a wall somewhere. I have mine right here, but you're going to come down and just get to about that 90 degree sit. So 90 at the knee, 90 at the hip, and just hold it. It's going to be a very quad dominant movement. You should be feeling your quads burn. The second movement is going to be some bird dogs, and the way we're going to do this, you're going to be on the ground on your hands and knees. You're going to lift one arm and opposite leg up, stretching out in front of you, not arching your back. So stretch out, and then switch. Okay. Now it says 8 and beyond the whiteboard, 8 per side. I'm going to go ahead and say we can even bring this down to 6 because I want you to do this really slow. So you're coming down, you're coming up, and slowly bring it on back down. Okay. That's why I want this to be nice and slow, but I still want you to have at least that 20 seconds to rest. Okay. If you want to make this a little more challenging, you can go ahead and just pick your knees off the ground, maybe wind your hips if you need, but then you're going to try to control everything, keeping your hips nice and steady. Okay? This makes it a lot harder. And then 8 to 10 deficit push-ups for your next minute. You're going to go ahead and you do regular push-ups as well if you want, if you don't have something for deficit, or if deficit is a little too challenging. But so if you're doing this, ideally you have either plates or books, or book stacks of even heights. to get you to do this. We're going to elevate your hands. You're coming down and you're just going to go ahead and do 8 to 10 reps. Okay. If the deficit is not challenging enough, you can go ahead and just do it slower, like I did yesterday. Is just do it at a bit of a tempo and just bring it down to like 2-3 second descent on the way down for every rep. Okay, that's going to be your body weight version. Your for limited equipment. Okay, your first 12-minute EMOM is going to be those shoulder taps again. So just here, either here or up against the wall at 45 degrees. You're going to do 5 windmills, kettlebell windmills per side. You can do this with a dumbbell as well. But we've done this a couple of times in class before. We didn't do it too often. But you're going to have a kettlebell or dumbbell up overhead. You're going to go ahead and reach out to the side. And then you're going to kind of be hinging back and coming out to your side, trying ideally to touch your toe and then come up. If you find that you don't have the flexibility or it's very challenging to get down there, you can stop a little shy of that. That's fine. But ideally, I want your back to stay as straight as you can. As you come down, you're not just leaning to the side, you're also hinging back. So the side view looks like this. Okay? That's a combination of a couple things. You're going to the side and you're hinging your hips back. So think about both and think about keeping this as straight up as you can. Okay? So I want your arm being nice and vertical the whole time. 5 to one side, 5 to the other. Okay? You can even drop that, if you have a heavier kettlebell, you can even drop that down to like 3, 4, maybe even 3 reps, just to slow it down a little bit so you're not rushing 5 reps on each side. Okay? Your third minute is going to be 8 single arm bent over rows. So you can either do this freestanding or have something to support you here. But you're going to go and do 8 rows each side. Okay? After your 12 minutes, you're going to rest 4 minutes. Your second part is going to be a 30-second wall sit. Same thing with body weight. So just sitting up against the wall here and just holding for 30 seconds. You're going to go for your next minute, which is also going to be it's going to be a kettlebell snatch or dumbbell snatch if that's what you have. Okay. So I don't have a kettlebell that I can use to demo, but you'd be coming up. If you're doing a kettlebell snatch, I recommend probably starting from the hand because it just gives you a little more momentum to work with. But you'd be coming up and press. If you have a kettlebell, really make sure you're keeping a little bit of a bend on the way up and then snapping to the top as that kettlebell goes over your forearm. Okay, be aggressive with that snap. Don't let it just fall on your forearm. And then you're going to do 10 deficit push-ups. Again, if you have a couple, I have plates here, but you can get a stack of books that you can use to elevate your hands. Okay, so just again working on that deficit push-up. You can always slow it down if 10 reps is not good, is not enough reps. Okay, or not enough of a challenge. And then the last thing for home gyms, so your first 12-minute EMOM is going to be again those shoulder taps in that plank or 45 degrees against the wall. You're going to do the same 5 kettlebell windmills per side. Demo those just one more time with the explanation. I mentioned talked about it a little bit earlier. Right. Okay, keeping the arm pointing nice and vertical. And that's going to be your first. Sorry, and then and then you get to your third station. You're going to do 8 to 10 strict pull-ups. Okay, 8 to 10 strict pull-ups, working that shoulder position. If that's a little difficult, if you have bands, go ahead and throw them on there. If you have if you have rings, you can go and do ring rows instead. If that's the scale that you want to use. But if none of those things are there, you can always honestly just do as many strict pull-ups as you can, and just try to rep out. And that should definitely be enough of a stimulus to make that challenging. Okay. After your 4 rounds, 12 minutes is up. Rest 4 minutes. Your second 12-minute EMOM is going to be very similar. In fact, it's identical to the part for limited equipment. You can do your 30 seconds of wall sit again, which has been universal for everybody. Then you're going to go ahead and do 8 single arm kettlebell snatches per side. Again, if you don't have a kettlebell, you can do it with a dumbbell as well. If you have a kettlebell, I recommend starting again from the hand, coming up, keeping a little bit of a bend, and then snap it at the top as that kettlebell makes contact with your forearm, 8 per side, and then you're going to finish up again with 10 deficit push-ups. So this is home gym, and you have plates. Plates are the easiest thing to stack. Throw 1 or 2 plates on there, but otherwise, go ahead and get ready for them again. And once again, you can always add tempo if 10 reps is not difficult enough. Okay. Rinse, repeat for that 12 minutes, and then you are done. Workout overall takes about 28 minutes. That should be it. Again, so just quick tips for everybody is just making sure you get a little bit of rest in there. So 30-second wall sits, pretty universal for everybody. 30-second wall taps or shoulder taps is 30 seconds, but a lot of the other stuff might take longer. Try not to exceed the 40-45-second mark, okay? Always give yourself a little bit of time there. Just keep it, and that should be enough to keep things challenging, okay? Let us know if you have any questions on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube comments, phone numbers, whatever you got. Happy WODing, guys.